Welcome back to another Explainer. Today we're diving straight into a massive, looming issue that is currently facing our global financial infrastructure, and that is the quantum threat. Look, this isn't science fiction anymore, right? It's a highly pressing cybersecurity reality. So we're going to unpack exactly how the financial sector plans to fight back and secure our data. To really wrap our heads around the scale of this, we have to start by looking at the stakes. We are talking about a staggering $100 trillion in assets across the globally interconnected financial machine. Every single day, you've got credit card authorizations, cross-border wire transfers, and highly sensitive account information zipping across the world. And right now, all this vast wealth and data is protected by classical cryptography. These are algorithms that, up until now, have been incredibly reliable. But, well, there's a storm brewing on the horizon.
So all this wealth is protected by classical encryption, which unfortunately will be completely shattered by our main antagonist today, the CRQC, or cryptographically relevant quantum computer. To understand this, we've got to recognize that quantum computers process complex calculations in a fundamentally different way than our classical machines do. A CRQC is a future machine powerful enough to run algorithms that will basically slice right through widespread data encryption methods like public key cryptography. To put that into perspective, for classical computers, solving these math problems would literally take millions of years. But for a CRQC, it could be done in just a few hours.
Now you might be thinking, well, these machines don't fully exist yet, so we've got plenty of time, right? Actually, no. The absolutely crucial point here is that this isn't just a threat for a decade from now. Adversaries are already stealing encrypted data today just to crack it open tomorrow. This is a strategy known as harvest now, decrypt later. Bad actors are actively out there intercepting and storing classically encrypted data that's being transmitted over unprotected networks. They're just sitting on it, which compounds our overall risk every single day until that CRQ is finally built.
Okay, so here's our roadmap to tackle this. First, we'll cover the quantum threat as it stands today. Then, we'll explore post-quantum cryptography, followed by quantum key distribution. After that, we'll look at combined math and physics approaches, some real-world financial sector use cases, and finally, the path forward.
Section 1. The quantum threat today. Legacy crypto at risk.
Listen to this quote for a second. The likelihood that a quantum computer capable of breaking RSA 2048 within 24 hours will emerge within the next 10 years is materially high. 10 years is practically tomorrow when we're talking about massive global infrastructure overhauls. The mathematical foundations of our public key cryptography can be completely shattered by something called Shor's algorithm way sooner than we think. And that exposes long-lasting data, like social security numbers on loan documents or incredibly sensitive corporate trading strategies. Because sure, a 10-year loan might expire, but the personal identities attached to it, those remain valuable forever.
Section 2. Post-Quantum Cryptography. A software defense.
So, how do we fight back? Well, Post-Quantum Cryptography, or PQC, is our first line of defense. Think of it as a highly practical software upgrade. It uses incredibly complex new mathematical algorithms that are specifically designed to be entirely quantum resistant. The real beauty of PQC is that it doesn't actually require a quantum computer to run. It operates perfectly fine on the everyday classical computers and servers that we're already using. Instead of relying on the kind of math problems that quantum computers are great at solving, PQC shifts to entirely new, deeply complicated frameworks like lattice-based cryptography. And this isn't just theoretical, it's highly regulated. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, is already standardizing powerful algorithms like Crystal's Kyber to roll out on a global scale.
Section 3. Quantum key distribution. Physics-based defense.
Now there's a really fascinating contrast between our two primary defenses. On one side, you have PQC, which, as we just discussed, is a software fix. It's updating the math and the code on classical machines. But on the other side, we have QKD, or quantum key distribution. This is a physics-based hardware defense. It actually uses literal particles of light, photons, to build communication channels based on the unbreakable laws of quantum mechanics. Here's how it actually works in practice. QKD uses quantum mechanics to send encryption keys via photons between two parties. Let's just call them Alice and Bob. If an attacker, say Eve, tries to intercept that key, the quantum state is instantly disturbed. Because of a principle called quantum superposition, the mere act of measuring the photons fundamentally alters them. That means eavesdropping is physically impossible to hide. Alice and Bob will immediately know the channel is compromised. It's basically an absolute physical guarantee of privacy.
But of course, it's not a magic wand. While major organizations like EY and HSBC are actually already trialing metropolitan QKD networks over in London, the technology does have limitations. It requires expensive, specialized hardware, and right now it's limited by transmission distance. Without things called quantum repeaters, QKD can currently only travel about 100 kilometers before it needs a trusted node. Plus, it only distributes the keys. It can't actually verify user identities all on its own.
Section 4. Combining math and physics. Combined approach.
Because neither solution is perfect by itself, combining them is a real game changer. By layering the software scalability of PQC algorithms with the unhackable hardware-based photon channels of QKD, financial institutions can achieve a truly robust defense-in-depth strategy. It withstands both classical and quantum attacks. You essentially use PQC for the authentication and the heavy encryption, and you use QKD to safely hand off the keys. So if an adversary somehow manages to break the new PQC math 20 years from now, that physics-based QKD layer still fundamentally protects the data. This multi-layered approach completely mitigates single points of failure.
Section 5. Financial sector use cases. Real-world apps. Translating all these abstract physics theories into practical solutions gives us some highly feasible real-world applications. For instance, upgrading everyday internet connections and ATMs is entirely possible using post-quantum TLS driven by PQC software. For massive cross-border transactions, where trust is absolutely paramount, QKD is envisioned for secure key exchange. Then, upgrading the physical dark fiber infrastructure between major data centers, that's going to require a combined approach. And for smaller banks that might lack the resources to do this themselves, third-party security-as-a-service providers will deploy these combined methods on their behalf.
And we can't forget the human element here. Deploying all of this isn't just about pushing a software update. Securing the global financial ecosystem demands incredible coordination from a huge, diverse team of specialists. We're talking application architects, network engineers, IT specialists, the whole shebang. It is quite literally like retrofitting the plumbing of the internet while the water is still running.
Section 6. The path forward. Preparation steps.
So what do we do next? The research outlines 3 vital, actionable steps for the industry. Step 1. Financial entities must urgently inventory their vulnerable assets to implement the incoming NIST PQC standards. You absolutely cannot protect a network if you don't even know where your vulnerable cryptography lives, right? Step 2, they need to increase in-house quantum expertise, meaning hiring the dedicated physicists and engineers needed to navigate this. And step 3, continuously explore and invest in these combined network defenses before a CRQC emerges.
I want to leave you with one final, critical thought to chew on today. Given the very real harvest now, decrypt later strategy, is your most sensitive financial data already sitting on an adversary's server right now, just waiting for the quantum dawn? The threat isn't just a future problem. The theft is happening today. The time to start building our quantum-resistant shields is right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and